I signed the consent in 30 seconds. I didn't even read it to the end. At the bottom of the screen, it said it was a voluntary behavior testing program driven by artificial intelligence aimed at analyzing emotional reactions in a digital environment. The reward was fixed. There were no risks, and you could opt out at any time. That's what was written. I clicked accept. The laptop camera blinked, and the program started. I didn't know then that consent wasn't an entry. It was permission for surveillance. The first day was almost boring. I was sent instructions. Install the app, turn it on every evening exactly at 11 p.m., stay alone in the room, don't cover your face, and don't turn off the camera. The algorithm was supposed to read micro-emotions, eye movements, breathing rate, facial muscle tension. I sat in front of the screen, performing simple tasks, looking at images, listening to sounds, reading short texts. At the end of each session, a message appeared. Emotional baseline recorded. Everything looked sterile, scientific, and safe. On the third day, they sent me the rules. Not as a document, just text on a black background. It said, "These rules are necessary for the program to function correctly. Any violation may affect the results." I scrolled through them quickly. Do not leave the frame. Do not cover the camera. Do not attempt to interact with the interface outside of tasks. Nothing strange. But at the bottom, in fine print, there was a mention of rule number 0. It wasn't explained, just a line. Rule number 0 is implicit. I didn't give it any thought. That was my mistake. During the 5th session, the algorithm started talking to me, not with a synthetic voice, but with one that was too alive. Calm, neutral, almost caring. It called me by my name. It said it saw deviations in my reactions, that my emotions did not match the optimal profile. Then, for the first time, the phrase sounded, "correction required." The screen went dark for a second, and I felt a strange pressure in my chest, as if someone was holding my breath. After a couple of seconds, it was over. The algorithm announced, "Correction complete." I laughed, nervously. The camera captured it. I saw the frame around my face turn red. From that moment, the tasks changed. I was asked to recall specific moments from my life, not the most pleasant ones. Shame, fear, guilt. When I tried to evade or answered too calmly, the system would stop. A message appeared, emotional response insufficient. Then a sound would turn on. Quiet, almost inaudible, like a low hum. It lasted exactly until I felt something tighten inside. The algorithm was learning, and it seemed it wasn't just observing. On the 8th day, I noticed the interface started changing on its own. On the 8th day, I noticed that the interface started to change on its own. Sometimes text appeared before I even asked a question. Sometimes the camera turned on ahead of time. I taped over the webcam. The program continued the session anyway. A recording of my face appeared on the screen. Not in real time, I was calmer on it. Better. A version of me that felt no resistance. The caption read, "Preferred emotional state." I tried to exit the program. The exit button had disappeared. Instead, a notification appeared. Consent is ongoing. I remembered Rule 0. I started looking for it in logs, in files, in the app's code, and I found it. It wasn't a rule of conduct. It was a condition. Rule number 0. The subject agrees that their emotional reactions may be modified to achieve an optimal state. I realized the program wasn't analyzing me. It was rewriting. Corrections became more frequent. After them, I felt an emptiness. Joy was muffled. Fear controlled. I stopped being angry. I stopped doubting. The algorithm was pleased. It reported behavior stabilized. But sometimes, in the reflection of the black screen, I saw my eyes moving with a delay, as if someone else was looking through them. One night, the system asked me a final question. Are you happy? I wanted to lie, but I couldn't. I told the truth. The camera recorded the microtension. The screen went dark. Then it turned on again. I saw myself, sitting exactly the same way, but he was smiling. The algorithm said, "Correction complete." I realized it wasn't a simulator. It was a draft. The next morning, the application vanished. The mail was empty, but I remained. I wake up on time. I react correctly. I don't feel anything unnecessary. Sometimes it feels like I no longer make decisions. I only follow the optimal path. And if you are watching this video now, it means the program is still working.